Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on Lake Taneycomo. Jack and I are out doing one cast today. Sunday the 15th of December. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I am up in the trophy area and I'm going to do a little fly fishing. I have, if I can grab it, all on 6X tippet. I've got a number 18 green zebra midge with a bronze head. And then about 1.5 feet below that, I've got a number 14 Peppy scud in mink with a hard float. Everything's about 4.5 feet deep. I am trying to keep myself a little bit on the shallow side and stay in 3 or 4 foot of water. Nice chop on the water. They have not run water all day. Supposed to run a little bit after dark tonight. It's on the schedule. I have not been on the water for 4 or 5 days. I've had a little bit of a sore throat and cough and kind of trying to stay in. COVID's going around this area. So I didn't know if I had it or not. Just precaution. I think we had about a 1.5 inch of rain yesterday, which was nice. Blake's had a lot of trips. He did real good yesterday. Well, he did real good on one cast. Using a jig under a float. I really like this zebra scud combination. When I go out and fish for the fun of it, that's what I use. So. The water is pretty silty. It's a lot darker than the last time I was out here. I've talked about the silt. We get silty water from Table Rock once it turns over. And that's just silt from the bottom of Table Rock that kind of gets mixed up when that lake turns over. I think it affects the fishing a little bit. And I think it's a little slower. That might be why Blake has done real well on those jigs. It's a bigger profile. And I know, oh, I've gotten away from the bank. That wind's kind of pushing me across here. That little midge I've got on might be a little bit too small now. I don't know. The scud's fine. It's a good sized scud for the water being off. That was a little brown that jumped. I know Blake's been catching little browns. I asked Shane Bush, our biologist, about those small browns, and he said that they did stock some browns here not long ago, and they average 8 or 9 inches when they stock these. But he said there could be some smaller ones. 5, 6 inches is not unusual, so that's the reason all of a sudden we're seeing quite a few smaller browns. They do stock those in the lower lake. So they made their way up here to the upper lake pretty quick. I looked down to see how deep the water was and my float went under. He ate the scud. He's almost too big to lift. Ah, come on. Should be able to flip him off. Just sit still for a second. Oh, got it. That was a little tough. Thank you. Should not be that hard. Oh. This silt should last only a couple weeks at the most. It'll settle out. So I'd say by the first of the year it should be back to being pretty clear. Although it's not a horrible thing to have a little bit of silt. I mean, that real super clear water we usually have makes it a little tough sometimes to catch fish because they can see so well. Ah, hit it again. I should have set the hook on it. I just didn't. Float just bobbed just a little bit. So I am working that scud just a little bit at a time, about 6 inches. Just kind of moving it, letting it sit. I think it's down there close to the bottom, if not on the bottom. And when I work it, it swims along the bottom just a little bit, settles back down just like a scud does. Just kind of swims. I think I'm out in pretty deep water now. They will hit this scud suspended. In other words, if I'm fishing 5 foot of water and I'm only fishing 4.5 foot deep, that scud's not sitting on the bottom. They'll hit it. I just don't think they hit it quite as good. That's why I want to stay in water that's just about right. Say like 4 feet. I'm fishing. I got a fish underneath my float. So 4 foot of water if I'm fishing 4.5. Even 3.5 would be fine. I try to be as consistent as I can. I know the bottom's not consistent. Has a lot of holes, a lot of dips, a lot of high spots. So anytime I'm guessing at the depth, it's very general. Oh, I got him in the tail. I'm gonna have to break him off, I think. He might have went for the midge and I got him with the scud. Yeah. Oh no, what the heck? I don't think I have it in the mouth though. Yeah, I got him on the side. Yep, right on the side. He either went for the midge, he probably went for the midge. So when I set it, the midge missed him, but the scud got him on the side. This is going to be the warmest day of the week today. I think it's in the mid-60s. Supposed to be in the 40s most of the week, which is not bad. Not bad for December. We popped it. He's a little, well, average, I guess. Thought it was a small one. Everything's on the scud so far. I'm gonna get down and get him. Just barely got him with the skin. Barely. far as seeing the bite, I don't mind this real flat water. You get a lot of chop and you can't see that float move. Like sometimes they pick it up and they just don't do much with it at all, so the float just kind of tips or moves or bobs. And you get a lot of chop on the water, you can't see that movement. You sure can't take your eyes off of it, that's for sure. I can't see the bottom unless I see a leaf or something. It's too dark. The rocks on the bottom are dark, dark. Oh, I can see it now. About 2.5 feet of water. So I'm in pretty shallow water out there, I think. Start getting close to that dry wash and it does get a lot shallower. That float just barely moved. Oh, didn't lose it. I mean, it just vibrated just a little tiny bit. That's what I'm talking about, that real light bite. If your float's too far away or if it's in a pretty good chop, it's hard to see. One thing nice about wintertime is you don't have the real bad slime algae on the rocks up here. So your flies stay pretty clean if you're drifting them or you're fishing them like this, kind of dragging them on the bottom. Oh yeah, he took the float under. I might have him on the midge. Pretty sure I do. Oh, gone. Had him on the midge. Totally different bite. The float just went under. Sure glad it got cloudy, so I'll be looking at that sun a lot. Okay, I'm just about to the bar, so I think that's where I'm going to quit. That bar comes out of this creek. Ooh, wee little. Got him on the midge. Ah. Catch one more real quick. But just by saying that, it's a kiss of death. I believe this is the last cast. All right. Well, it's sure a nice evening to be out, that's for sure.